Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Giant-sized man thing.
Yeah. All right, kids. That's right.
It's time.
That's right. We promised you lots of Man Thing for the second half of October, and you're gonna get it. You're gonna get this Man Thing. All right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales. I am Phil, and joining me as always, that giant-sized owl thing that is
Justin the Owl, rising out of the swamp.
That's right, kids. So little last minute change up here because because Marvel Unlimited app. It's like a mirage in the desert. We thought we saw some Marvel Comics Presents. We did, but not the stories we needed. So this time you're getting 3 issues of Giant-Sized Man Thing.
That's right.
And then next week we'll get 2 Giant-Sized Man Things and a Marvel 2-in-1. Hail.
Marvel 2-in-1 with the Thing. Yeah.
Thing versus Man Thing. Oh my.
Oh, hey-o. Yeah, we were going to do, there was a great 12-part, actually, it was an epic story that Steve Gerber and Tom Sutton did the artwork for, I think, most of that story, but there were some other artists too, because of course it went on for 12 issues. But it was in Marvel Comics Presents, I think, starting in the first issue, in 1988. And I saw them, I just saw the covers, and I said, oh, well, cool, they've got the issues on there, we can cover the whole thing. And then this week, when I was starting to read them in preparation for the show, I realized, oh, cool, they've only got the Wolverine stories on this thing. Awesome.
I know. I was gonna say, if we did actually a Wolverine podcast, we'd never run out of content.
I know. Yeah, we'd be spoiled for years.
Well, maybe if we can find the floppies one day. I have some of the floppies, but I don't have all.
I do too.
12,
yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 of them. I don't have the whole thing, but I thought it would be fun to cover all 12 parts. But maybe we'll at some point down the road we'll add that to a future. Well, maybe we'll do a whole month-long Man Thing month. Man Thing mania.
Well, I guess I have to change up what I put for your birthday. Then, hey.
No, I think we've got a good schedule set up for 2024. Yeah,
that's right, kids. Yeah. That's right. That's how dedicated we are, kids. Yeah, we think we pretty much have the schedule for 2024 locked in, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Again,
there's
always some last minute corrections, maybe sometimes, but yeah.
For the most part, it is pretty much complete, and I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great year.
Oh yeah. I can't wait for that Romnibus. Like I said, I haven't read before, so
yeah, I'm really excited to share that because that's one of my top 10 books. I love Rom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I think it's mid-January. Maybe I think it said it releases. Mm-hmm. Maybe
I think so. Yeah. Are you going to get the physical?
Oh yeah.
Which cover are you going to get?
Oh, is there more than one cover on the?
That's a whole bunch. Yeah.
I'll have to check. Oh yeah, I have to check. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I waffled a bit because I think there's 5 covers. There's a Frank Miller one. There's a Your Mother's a Whore one.
Oh my lord!
There's I think 2 Sal Buscema ones.
Oh, nice.
And the one that I settled on was George Perez. I said I've got to have that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Out of those choices, I love Sal, but it might be a Perez. Yeah. Because
that's a gorgeous cover.
I haven't seen that Frank Miller one yet, but I'm kind of pretty sure I'm not going to want that one.
Oh, good old Frank, Your Mother's a Whore.
All right, so should we jump into these giant-sized
Yes.
things? Oh
Yes.
boy,
We've got some giant size issues to jump into here.
that's right.
Some big ones.
Although, like, some of them, like the first one, like, they only reprint the Man-Thing story because some of the rest of them are,
True.
like, other creature stories, but I think they're reprints from other things. I don't know if that's why they didn't put
Right.
them on the app, yeah.
That's possible, yeah. I think it was issue number 5 of Giant Size Man Thing, which we'll cover in the next episode. That actually has several stories which are all Man Thing.
Yeah.
But the rest of these was like, yeah, it was an anthology. The first story was a Man Thing, and then there was some other stuff in the back. Yeah.
And then did you read it? I forget, is it issue 4? There's one where they reprint the Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck with the Hell Cow. Yeah.
Yes! That Nolan Russell covered on Trapped in a World, yeah.
Yes, that's one of my personal favorites. They back when in the early '90s, they did a whole series of reprints of old Tomb of Dracula stuff, but they would also throw in with those reprints just some random vampire stuff from all over. And one of the things that they included was the Hell Cow with Howard the Duck. And I remember reading that as a high school kid, thinking, "Oh my God, this is the most amazing thing I've ever read in my life."
I know. I listened to that episode they did. Then as I was reading this, I was like, "Wait, is this what? Is this it? Is this Hell Cow?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah. Oh, I was so happy to see that there. Yeah, that's in one of these giant sized Man Thing issues. I love it.
All right. So first one, of course, giant sized Man Thing number 1, from August 1974. Oh boy. Yes, things in chapters. Chapter 1, how will we keep warm when the last flame dies? Chapter 2, this mind, this universe, and chapter 3, no shortage of evil.
Yeah.
Ah, so we're
Heavy
talking.
stuff.
So we're talking about government, eh?
Things are getting heavy.
That's right. All right. So the all right, the Man Thing. Oh boy, I just need a plain Man Thing drop. The Man Thing.
It's a giant-sized Man Thing.
Stumbles upon an altercation between two scientists, Paul Benton and Professor Marshall, who are looking for new renewable energy sources, and the cult of entropy. The cult threatens the two scientists with their golden brain. And no, kids, that's not a euphemism. It's an actual brain.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
When the globe is exposed from its carrying case, it causes the Man-Thing pain, and so the Man-Thing attempts to attack them. In defense, the cult members command the brain to create a monster which battles the Man-Thing. During the fight, the Man-Thing impales the Glob with a tree, causing it to explode. The feedback causes the globe, which contains the golden brain, to explode and land in the swamp's muck. With the cult trying to collect the brain back, the scientists are able to get away and continue on their mission. As the brain is washed away, it recalls the events that led it to being where it is. As it turns out, the brain is really Joseph Timms, the man who was mutated into the Glob and battled the Hulk. His brain surviving the conflict and getting into the hands of the cult of entropy. The brain eventually washes ashore, where it uses its powers to transform the muck around it into a new human body and the reborn Timms. With no memory of his previous lives, the being once known as Timms wanders the swamp. While in Miami, the cult members report back to their leader, Yagzin, who is not impressed and demands that they go back to the swamps near Citrusville and get their golden brain back at any cost. While back in Citrusville, Benton and Marshall begin building their latest scientific creation, Omegaville, a completely energy self-sufficient city. The construction is being silently watched by the Man-Thing. While the construction continues, the two scientists find Timms and take him in, clothing him and giving him a job on the site. With no name of his own, they call him Joe. The operations are later explained to Richard Rory, who has come to the site to get the story for the radio station he works for. That night, the cult of entropy returns to the swamps, and Yagzin begins tracking the golden brain. When they find it in the form of Joe, Yagzin takes control of Joe and he transforms it into the Glob once more. They set Glob on a rampage, which destroys much of Omegaville. This prompts the Man-Thing to enter the fray and to battle the Glob. beating it until it loses its corporeal form and crumbles into a pile of muck. When Yagzin tries to get control of the creature again, the clay then engulfs his body, killing him. With the threat made by the cult over, the man-thing leaves for its home in the swamp, leaving all the witnesses to figure the aftermath out for themselves. That's right, kids. There's always a mucky mess when you beat that man-thing.
That's right. There's always some cleanup involved afterwards.
That's right.
Yeah.
A silent man-thing, just how Lilith likes him. All right. So my other expert is in here, so I'll go to the other expert. Justin, what do you think of this man thing?
I love this giant-sized man thing. No, I love the fact that we saw the Glob again. I mean, who would have ever thought that we would see
I know.
the character of the Glob again in a comic book? Well, I mean, it's a really good choice to have him go up against Man-Thing, but the way that they were paired up together, I thought was really inventive and really cool. And I loved in the first chapter when the brain summons that kind of Zax almost, that like electrical creature, that electrical demon thing, and
oh yeah,
and Man-Thing shorts it out with that wet tree trunk. He impales it with it and shorts it out. I thought that was really cool too. Yeah, it was great. The Cult of Entropy, another great Steve Gerber creation. So great. And I love that they have their lair is in like this hotel room, and they've got like all this stuff going, like this incense burning and all these candles going in there, and they just unceremoniously murder this dude in this hotel room. I can imagine what the cleaning crew must have to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, not the Cult of Entropy suite. I hate cleaning up after these guys.
Get that black light going, and it's just like, oh my god, it's just blood. Okay.
Yeah, these guys are just murderers. That's all.
Oh, hello, Russell. Wow.
Hey, Russell. Yeah, we've already talked about the Hell Cow, Russell.
Yes, we're gonna get to the issue of giant-sized man thing. It's in, so
yeah, the Hell Cow.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot the credits. Yeah, because the writer Steve Gerber, penciler Mike Plug, inker Frank Chiaramonte, colors Petra Goldberg, letterer John Costanza, and editor Roy Thomas.
Oh, Costanza. And he did the letters on everything. We've covered so much on this show that he's done.
I don't think there was a ton of letterers for a while, because it seems like in the, I mean, I guess 70s too, but 80s and 90s, that's like you only saw like a handful of names, if that.
It was like 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
And they did it all. It's amazing.
I love the Hell Cow. Yes, we know, Russell. We heard the podcast.
It's classic. The Hell Cow is an absolute classic.
On that Howard the Duck podcast, you and Noel do.
You know how duck penises work, right?
That should be the name of the podcast.
You know how duck penises work, right?
Oh, it's Trapped in the World.
Trapped in the World, the Howard the Duck podcast. Of which there are, I think, like a dozen episodes available. If people haven't heard of it before, go check it out.
That's what Russell calls it when the burger doesn't agree with him, the Hell Cow. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, there was other stories in this issue, but on the Marvel Unlimited app, they only reprint the Man thing, but that might be because these are all reprints. Like there's the Ice Monster Cometh from Amazing Adult Fantasy 11.
Oh, right, the old stuff. Yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah,
no, I Was the Invisible Man from Strange Tales 67. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, I bet there's probably some type of a collection that has those already in it out there somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear you, Dr. Bong.
Dr. Bong.
Pardon me.
Pardon me, Noel.
Can hear him smacking his head off the wall when he hears it. Pardon me.
I think we will see Trapped in a World return pretty soon. I have a feeling it's going to come back in the next few months.
Oh yeah. I heard. I heard Noel got frightened
Those boobs scare me.
Speaking of which, the domes in Omegaville look very much like big old boobies.
No! Wow!
Those boobs scare me.
Boobieville.
Wait, we just need one more in Vegas. I don't know. I don't know. You need some nipples or something on there. Come on.
That's true. That's true. Maybe they weren't done yet. Maybe they still had to add those on.
I lost my nipple for nothing.
So you don't have to show up, Lil, if I have jobs.
My favorite part, though, I think, was the fight, the battle between the Glob and the Man Thing. Both just artistically, and just the dialogue too was great in that. Where he goes, indeed, most of the pain he feels stems from the sheer evil in Yagzin, evil amplified by the brain and even substance in the Glob. Thus, his struggle is by far the more desperate one, and he draws strength from that desperation. Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, there's a note. There might be a reason they were in a hotel room. Yagzin, the leader of the cult of entropy in the Man Thing story, looks suspiciously like former President Richard Nixon.
Yeah, I noticed that. The eyebrows and the yeah, and it's no secret that Steve Gerber was not a fan of Richard Nixon.
Back to the Wonder Cake.
I loved it when the clay reached up and suffocated him at the end.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing? Don't get off of me! I command you. Do you hear?
Again, and that's like classic, like horror story, vibe. It's just like, its creation comes back to be his method of destruction. Yeah.
Yeah. This whole story had a feel of like that classic 60s horror stuff.
Yeah.
And even earlier than that, some of the old pulpy stuff too. Just a classic swamp monster story. I love it. Yeah.
I'd say for these 3 issues, this might be my favorite cover, I think.
The cover? Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think number 4 might be my favorite, but this
Well,
one,
that's the next episode. Yeah, I mean, 4 is definitely the best out of all 5. But yeah, this episode, I think the first cover is the best.
Yeah.
But yeah. 4,
me too,
cover 4 is definitely the best out of all.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, they're both here. Both hosts of Trapped in a World are here.
Oh yeah, giant size ring.
Well, it can make sense in a weird way.
Yeah. Proportions and everything,
Yeah, no, we might get to the how we're doing the issues. We may discuss some our hell cow here because even these issues.
Well, that appeared in one of these.
We said Steve Gerber's name enough. We summoned Noel. Dark ritual. We mentioned Steve Gerber's name too many times, and Noel just magically appears. It came from the Steve Gerber fandom.
It came from the Gerber.
Oh, good old Betsy. Yeah. Yeah, no, we just covered Giant Size Man Thing number 1 with the cult leader Yagzin, who
looks like Nixon.
Gerber had looked suspiciously like Nixon, yeah.
Yeah, so great. I wonder if we ever saw the Glob again after this issue.
I'm trying to remember. I thought was that in the Professor Hulk era? What was that? 389.
Oh,
he fought a creature, and it was never like clear if it was supposed to be the original Glob or not. It kind of looked like him, but it looked like almost like shaggy, almost like seaweed or something. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to remember if that was supposed.
I vaguely remember that issue a little bit.
Yeah, because they were down in the swamp, and I think Professor Hulk's like, yeah, I vaguely remember fighting something like this, but I don't know if they ever came out and said it was the original Glob or not.
Interesting. Okay.
I was going to say, if they pulled up quickly enough on the app. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, because the Man-Thing's in that issue, too, Hulk 389. So, yeah, you and Russell might have to cover that on Gamma Charge one day.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because he's looking all slimy here, but, Professor Hulk says, we met years ago, and saying Hulk 125 and 129. We met years ago when he was a hairier Glob and I was a dumber Hulk. So I guess that's the original Glob.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in the 90s. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had any appearances between then and now, but let me see what it says on the app. From January 92. So
okay.
so almost 20 years, unless he had another appearance somewhere.
Yeah.
Did Gerber write that Hulk? Then it's not legally a clock. No, it's Peter David.
Yeah, we can trust Peter David with the Glob. Yeah.
Oh man, the title of Hulk 389. Okay, this is the title of Justin's biography of Man and Man-Thing.
A memoir.
My time with the Man-Thing.
My life with Man and Man-Thing. Subtitle: The Blessing and the Curse.
My life with Man-Thing: the rise, the fall, and the rise again of Justin. Oh boy. All right. Should we get to the second issue?
Yes, number 2.
All right, let's get a big old number 2 here. All right, giant size Man-Thing number 2 from November 1974. So I thought this was like every year, but I guess not.
No.
Yeah,
every
couple months.
I don't think. Yeah, did they? I don't know if they really had a schedule for this one. Did they?
I guess not.
Yeah, they just kind of released it whenever. Yeah,
It wasn't the first year, so
yeah.
I mean, same year. So I don't know. Let me see. Hold on.
Maybe it was treated kind of like an annual.
Yeah, but it wasn't every year. It was August 74, and then this one is November 74. So that's what I'm saying. Is it
right?
Maybe it's just once a quarter or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right. So giant size Man-Thing number 2. Yeah, November 74 of Monsters and Men. Steve Gerber again. Keep someone happy. Penciler John Buscema, inker Claus Jansen, colorist Linda Lessman, letterer John Costanza again, and editor Roy Thomas. Yep. Oh, this is the one. Because I kind of read these all in a row, so I'm like, which one was which? But yeah, we get some familiar faces from the Marvel universe in this one, kids.
Definitely, yeah.
When the wife of the late F.A. Schist, Vivian, and her daughter Carolyn traveled to the site of his failed construction site to try and learn of his fate. They, along with the Citrusville sheriff, are attacked by the Man-Thing. Fleeing, Vivian believes that the Man-Thing has something to do with her husband's disappearance and vows to have the creature captured. She hires a team to capture the beast, led by Dr. Dane Gavin. They succeed in capturing the Man-Thing in an electrified sphere that incapacitates the muck monster. All right, kids, now we have a complete set. We got the Man-Thing, we got the balls, so we're complete.
Got the whole set.
Hey. They then decide to put it on display in New York as part of the exhibit. Oh man, everyone flashing their Man-Thing in New York City.
Oh man, yeah.
There, the muck monster breaks loose, and not even the intervention of Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four is able to stop the creature's rampage. And again, Tony Stark. Oh, I wish I had my attaché case on me.
Left it in the trunk of the limousine, huh, Tony?
That $1 billion battle armor that folds up, that's fit in a briefcase, kids.
Yeah. He just conveniently didn't have it with him.
when they find that the man-thing is dying because it has been taken out of its natural habitat. Carolyn, realizing that the man-thing is no killer, convinces her mother to have the muck monster return to its home. Returning it to the Florida Everglades, Dane decides that he will unlock the secrets of the muck monster, but will do so in its natural habitat. All right, thoughts?
Hmm. I think this is my least favorite of all of these. I kind of liked the overall idea of the man thing as King Kong type of situation where
Oh
they're
yeah. Mhm.
hauling him out of his natural habitat and parading him in front of everybody, and then he breaks out and everybody's running around screaming. I I don't know. It kind of fell flat for me. I don't know why. And I love the artwork too. I mean, I love the script by Steve Gerber. I love the artwork by John Buscema and Klaus Janson. What a great combo that is.
Oh yeah.
Love those two together.
That cover's not bad either.
The cover's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I thought the story wasn't really that interesting. This woman, and I love the name is basically fascist, fascist. Yeah, I love that. This is another great Steve Gerber thing. Yeah, Vivian Schist is trying to get vengeance for her nasty husband's death, and I mean that was all right. It was an all right.
Yeah.
It was an all right idea for a story. I just felt like I don't know something was missing from it. We needed to have
yeah.
man thing fight another monster at some point in the story.
Yeah.
I felt like something like that was missing. Just him, railing against uh, the machinations of these mechanical things that were draining his power and all this other stuff. I don't know. It wasn't the type of man thing story that I like. Yeah.
Yeah, because he runs amok when they unveil him and he feels everyone's fear and stuff. But yeah, I think there's a fine line when you do. It seems like when you write a man thing story where it's like, because he really doesn't speak. He doesn't have a lot of awareness. It's more like animal, but so it's like you kind of have to write around him a lot of the time.
Right.
There's a fine line of like, okay, how many more elements do we add to the story, to take place around the man thing and stuff. And like, yeah.
Yeah.
The first one was a better one, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't really understand having the Fantastic Four in here either. I mean, the cameo was all right, but I don't really feel like it was necessary. And
yeah,
Reed Richards' involvement in the story really didn't do anything, didn't accomplish anything in the grander scheme of it.
I mean,
yeah,
I was trying to remember because I haven't read a ton of Man Thing, but I'm just like, does anyone know he used to be a man? I'm like, instead of putting him on display, shouldn't Reed have been like, let me see if I can cure this guy?
Right. Let me see if I can help him.
Examine this thing and see what it is,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's smart because Reed Richards, obviously, with the scientist mind, will think logically like that. We need to analyze and study this thing. But that wasn't really.
Should he have examined it and been like, oh, hey, let me examine this thing. Maybe if it's an alien, maybe we can send it home or something, or
right. Or if it's an innocent person that's been mutated, maybe I can figure out a way to reverse it. I don't know. Superhero stuff, whatever.
And again, this creature, which nothing about, and Tony Stark's like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that Iron Man armor in the car or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird, If this was an Iron Man story, that thing would have been handcuffed to his wrist.
Absolutely, yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was okay. And like I said, the artwork was great. The script was great. All of the basics were great. It's just it wasn't the story itself wasn't my favorite. Yeah.
But yeah, and then this one was also another one with a bunch of monster backups that didn't put on the app.
Some old reprints. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of stuff from like Tales of Suspense, Strange Tales. Yeah, Tales to Astonish.
If I remember right, I think that there are some collections available either digitally or in like an omnibus or trade paperback or both, maybe even.
Yeah, I didn't look at that. Yeah, if some of the like the original ones, like the Tales to Astonish and the Strange are on the app, I wonder if they just didn't put them in, here because they're reprints and just left them in the original issues. Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
So Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, it's all old monster stories, kids, from like like Tales to Astonish before Ant-Man shows up, and just
before Thor and
exactly.
all that stuff. Yeah.
When they were just creating monsters and giving them goofy names like Goom, Goo.
Goom.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
Goom, Goom. Oh, Goom.
And Zax.
I'm sorry. Goom, the thing from Planet X.
Yeah. Make sure you get the whole thing there.
What? There's a drop. All right. Any other thoughts on this, or should we just go issue 3?
Yeah, unless you had anything you wanted to say about number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, number 2 may end up being our least favorite, kids.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's still good though. I still would recommend it to any fan of Man-Thing, especially somebody who hasn't read it before, on the merits of the script and the artwork alone. But yeah, the whole Man-Thing as King Kong type of motif doesn't really do it for me. Yeah.
All right, so giant-sized Man-Thing number 3, from February 1975. All right, again, this thing's in chapters. Well, at least this first story. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Is there? Do we have another backup in here? Let me see.
I wonder.
Whoa. Yeah, this might
the
be.
one.
Yeah, no, the Hell Cow might be next episode. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was in this one, but I guess.
No, I just saw a title for one of the backups, and it's wait, let me see, where is it? Save Me from the Weed. Words never uttered by at least 2 of my
I don't know. I'm sure that Lilith and I have both had some pretty bad stuff before and have uttered that sentence.
I think you and Lilith have said, "Save me, give me the weed."
Gimme.
I think both those individuals have said, boy, give me the weed. My glaucoma's acting up." All right.
Exactly.
All right. So one story again in chapters. Chapter 1, The Blood of Kings. Chapter 2, The Land Between Night and Day. Chapter 3, Fates and Fables. Interlude. Meanwhile, back in Catharta, and Chapter 4, This World and Next. By writer Steve Gerber, penciler and inker Alfredo Alcala, colorist Petra Goldberg, letterer Marcos Paleo, and editor Roy Thomas. So, got a new letterer here.
Yeah, different group here with the art, and yeah, love it.
All right, so let me do some. See if I slaughter these names. All right. When the forces of the evil wizard Clonus have taken over Korek's home realm of Catharta, Dakim and Jennifer Kale dispatch the Man-Thing to that realm to rescue Korek from execution at Clonus's devices. Transporting both Korek and Man-Thing to the realm between night and day, Korek explains that Dakim and Kale that upon returning home during their last adventure together, his realm was under an invasion of Clonus and the royal family. His parents were killed, effectively making Korek ruler of Catharta. After considering how inhospitable Catharta is, Dakim believes that the evil wizard Clonus once controlled the realm because of its mystical significance in the nexus of all realities. All parties agree to go back to Catharta to liberate it from the rule of Clonus. Before they depart, Dakim warns that one of them is fated to perish in battle. During their fight against Clonus and his henchman, Mortak, they are transported back to Earth, where their battle resumes in Citrusville. The fight ends with Dakim being struck down by a spell cast by Clonus. Jennifer then uses her powers to entrap Mortak and Clonus in mystical cocoons, and they are banished into space. Before Dakim dies, he tells everyone gathered that he knew all along that he was the one fated to die, but kept it to himself to ensure that the others would fight to their fullest ability. Afterward, the Man-Thing returns to the swamp, leaving Korek and Jennifer to deal with Dakim's body. So I've read Jennifer Kale before, but like later appearances, I'm like, oh, well, I'm used to her in like street clothes and stuff. I'm like, oh, here she's wearing some like metal barbarian bikini. I'm like, hello,
Barbarella.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
this is some classic Jennifer Kale stuff. Yeah.
and I love how the bad guys' dead bodies are like putting cocoons and shot into space, for it to be like, okay, if any future writer wants to pick this up, okay.
Right. Yeah.
I swear a
Like,
lot of the stories of this era, it just seems like it's like, yeah, let's do this with the bad guy. So if anyone wants to bring him back, just say, oh
yeah.
hey, yeah, this
We'll
cocoon made a
we'll
U-turn.
exile them somewhere, and then
Yeah,
somebody can put them out of exile if
or
they're
some
ever
scroll,
interested.
pick them up, something. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. What did you think of this one, Phil?
I liked it. Again, it's like we picked up in the middle of a story because I guess what was it like Man Thing number 1 or something?
Y-
Or there was stuff going.
Yeah. This was these characters all were kind of heavily involved in other stuff going on in that series, as far as I remember. It's been a while since I've read that old Man Thing stuff from the 70s.
Yeah.
Besides these issues, these were kind of my Man Thing go-tos, to be honest with you. I
Mm,
didn't really read a lot of the other ones. I liked the standalone stories a lot.
mhm.
Yeah. But I love this. I mean, the artwork is gorgeous. We've got some gorgeous, like, classic fantasy art here from Alfredo Alcala, and some of the dialogue is great. I love the whole fable of the dude that wanted to capture the star for his wife, and then
Oh
it,
yeah.
and then it turned out to be this giant who killed him and took his wife, and you know that's really cool. There's a lot of really cool concepts in here too, like high fantasy mythological stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
So this thing
but
held up for you, Mr. D&D?
absolutely, yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of D&D, I mean, you'd love this issue too. Absolutely.
And I said D&D as in Dungeons and Dragons, not D and Morty. Okay, kids.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. We're not talking about the other D this time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just looking up Jennifer Kale here. Yeah, first appearance, Fear number 11 from September 1972. So yeah, she's been
Right.
around for a while.
She's been around for quite a while. Yeah. She's a great character. Yeah. And then there's a great part here towards the end after Dacum has fallen. And then she's preparing her spell, and then she just starts laughing. Because Man Thing's standing right behind him and knocks him out, just clocks him in the back of the head. I love that.
Oh yeah. I'm just looking at Jennifer Kale's history here. I don't see anything about her appearance in Quasar 50 Marvel fandom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she was in Quasar. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, because he didn't show up in the Nexus of All Realities. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then she does. Oh, well, she does meet him
She,
before that. It was at Marvel Comics Presents. I think it's 28 or 29. Yeah, there's like a one and done Quasar story in one of those issues.
hmm.
Which
She
is
showed up towards the end of Ghost Rider, towards the end of
yes,
that run.
of course they have that on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, kids, yes, we covered her appearance. Well, we covered both the Marvel Comics Presents and Quasar number 50 on the Quantum Zone, which you can
That's
listen to
right.
every episode now on the Capes and Lunatics YouTube channel. Just there's
That's
a
right.
whole playlist. Over 150 episodes.
I love it. With hopefully more to come if they relaunch Quasar one day, which they
Oh, we need more Quasar, kids.
hopefully we'll see more.
Maybe he'll show up in the MCU.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Justin, what was your favorite issue out of these?
Out of these, I think, this one, number 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I love a good fantasy story.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a great kind of classic sword and sorcery story, with Man Thing as not really its focus. I mean, he wasn't really the central character of this. He was kind of more the observer of everything that was going on in Koric's realm. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he did have a part to play in everything that happens, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But it was almost like we were seeing the events of what was happening in the story through the Man Thing's eyes, like he was the silent narrator of this story.
Yeah,
We see this whole history of all this stuff that's happened, this bloody rebellion with all these people getting murdered, slaughtered in the streets, and Korik desperately trying to fight his way through all these people to kill Mortek and Clonus. Like, it's cool. I mean, to me, it's like classic sword and sorcery stuff, and I love that. To me, that's like perfection. And had to have Steve Gerber do it, and then to have this gorgeous artwork by Alfredo Alcala. That was kind of what settled it for me, was the artwork. I mean, it's just every panel. I mean, you could sit there and just stare at it. It's so good.
The thing I did like about this issue, I like the scene. I mean, the tragedy of, like, when Man-Thing's in the room alone and, like, at the table, and there's like the glasses of wine or whatever, and it's like,
oh yeah,
it's like he knows he should remember what this is, and back when he was human, drinking and eating and stuff, but it's like he knows he should remember, but he can't remember.
Right. It's like there's a block there, and he doesn't know what it is or
he just
why.
has like the most basic of instinct that it's like, yeah, I should know what this is, but I don't.
Yeah. And the way that it's rendered with the artwork is really cool, because you can see the confusion. You can see kind of the confusion and the frustration on the face of the creature.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Yeah. What about you? Which was your favorite of these three?
I mean, none of them were bad, and this one was pretty good, but I think I gotta go with number one.
Number one, nice.
Yeah. I do like the whole thing, like the horror and the horror and almost like the sci-fi aspect. It's just like, these villains using this brain, and then it escapes and builds itself a body and almost gives itself a new life, but then the bad guy comes back and twists it again, and it ends up being the cause of his death.
It's very like 1950s sci-fi monster movie type of
like Twilight
story.
Zone, like a
Twilight
little more,
Zone.
like a little more involved Twilight Zone. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, or The Outer Limits or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
Submitted for your approval.
That's right.
The most deadliest of Man-Things.
The most deadliest of globs.
The most deadliest of Man-Things, and a tale that is almost too much to swallow.
Emphasis on almost. Almost.
In Marvel Tales.
Well, it is scary month. It is October, folks.
That's right, kids. We can turn anything into a dick joke on this team. All right.
That's right. That's what we do best, damn it.
Oh, that's what we were saying. Me and Lo were saying the other day, man. I still need to figure out wording. I need you to do, Capes and Lunatics podcast, the best dick jokes on the internet.
Oh yeah. Do some little ad.
Oh yeah, I gotta figure some.
I'm
gotta
figure
out some clever ones, like the best, the Capes and Lunatics podcast, the best dick jokes on the internet. That's hard. That's hard to swallow. Or the best dick jokes on the internet. I gotta hand it to them. All right. Anything else on these issues, Dustin?
No, I think we can both agree that number 2 was our least favorite of these three.
Yeah.
But all three of them were entertaining. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not that 2 was that bad. It's just, I think it's the weakest of the three.
Yeah, definitely. And I would have liked number 1 the best, but I think that the artwork in number 3 was what sealed it for me. Just the artwork, all that fantasy stuff. It's just right up my alley. Yeah. But having said that, I love all three of these issues. I definitely, if there's any listeners listening to this who haven't read these, definitely go check them out on the app. And definitely entertaining. They're definitely worth a read.
Yeah, like we said, kids. Yeah, they're all on the Marvel Unlimited app. Again, they don't reprint some of those backups, but so the backups were reprints. They might be in their original issues. So, but yeah, the Man-Thing stuff is here, and then next episode when we get the more, they do include the Howard the Duck backup. So
they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's one issue with multiple Man-Thing stories, so they're all in there. That's nice.
But yeah, they're all worth a look at, because like we said, Justin's not going to turn down a Man-Thing. All right. So.
No, never.
Well, if you should have gave me a drop, it's just you going, amen, amen, brother, amen. Talking about Man-Thing is so natural for Justin.
Talking about me is so natural for Ray.
What? Someone drops their Marvel snap. What?
His ears are burning.
Gobble gobble.
Oh yeah, stay tuned for Hob Gobble Gobble month invades this show
That's
too.
right.
Month.
That's coming soon on
Ultimate
Marvel
Spider
Tales.
Cast and Marvel Tales. Yes.
Yeah.
Mackendale.
Daddy Mackendale. I'm
Gobble,
excited too
gobble.
because I haven't read that Machine Man issue.
Me neither. Yes, first
Or the
appearance.
other one. Yeah, that's going to be brand new, so I'm excited for that.
But yeah, no, me and Lil were saying on Spidercast when we were recording, we said, Ray, you better send in feedback for Hob Gobble Gobble month because this is like the 5th year straight, and we're basically keeping the joke alive for you. Okay.
Gobble gobble.
Got to keep the tradition alive.
Exactly. So again, yeah, we're back to Mackendale for Hob Gobble Gobble month, but make sure you check out Ultimate Spider-Cast 250 because Lil and I are going to do a whole big episode on Norman Osborn. So
nice, a big milestone episode.
We said the king of cultural appropriation himself, the white man with cornrows.
I just get touched by a white man with cornrows.
Who likes to snarl through his teeth at Peter? Stay away from my son!
I think I did our last episode where we mentioned that what was coming up at 250. I said, right as the episode ends, I go, I'm something of a cultural appropriator myself. Like remember it's Spider-Man movie, he's like, I'm something of a scientist myself. Yes,
I love that.
Yes, that was Noel's best Gwen Stacy impression.
I just get touched by a white man with cornrows.
Worst Spider-Man story ever. Boo.
I know. Well, they kind of retconned it now.
Yeah, I'm glad they did. J. Michael Straczynski has a lot to answer for.
I'll still take that over one more day anytime.
Well, I think, wasn't he responsible for that too?
He kind of was. I think Casada was kind of pulling the strings on that too, because I know they wanted to go full out. Because I think, after Mephisto pulls his crap, I don't know if it was Casada or someone else was like, let's bring back Gwen Stacy. And they were like, no. We didn't even, that's not a bridge. That's not a bridge we're going over. We're just going to fall off it. Okay. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was explaining that whole storyline one more day to somebody. And as soon as I got to the point where I said, and Mephisto offered Peter Parker the deal, and they stopped me. They're like, wait a minute, what? Mephisto? Why is Mephisto messing around with Peter Parker? I said, exactly.
Out of nowhere, yeah.
I said, exactly.
I mean, again,
we could just end the conversation there.
Again, in the whole retcon of that Norman Osborn thing, they also say it's like, Mephisto became involved because, their supposed daughter would one day, give Mephisto trouble. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, good God. Ugh.
But again, Marvel, you had your flagship character make a deal with the devil.
It's stupid. Oh, it's so awful.
And they still won't turn that thing around.
No, it's been a decade now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it's been over a decade. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. That was like, it was like the end of no, one more day. No. That was like December 2007.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been over 10 years.
Wow.
I think we're closer to 15.
15 years of that. Ugh.
They won't reverse it. Yeah, brand new day. All that.
There's so much Spider-Man I haven't read in the last 15 years. It's like a vast, unknown mystery land. Yeah.
That's what I said. I said brand new day, man. I used to love. I had to it took me a while to regain my love of Spider-Man because brand new day. I just be like, okay, next, okay.
Yeah. It just seems like so much has happened since then too. To the character in the last 15 years. It makes it a daunting task for readers like myself who have fallen off that ship a while back to even think about going back to it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot that happened since between then and now. Yeah,
Superior puss.
Yeah, that too. But I actually liked that. For the record, I like Superior Spider-Man a lot.
I was gonna say Slot's always hit or miss with me, but that is one of the things I think
that was a good one.
Yeah.
When I first read about it, I was kind of skeptical, but then after actually reading it, I thought, oh, no, this is actually good. Yeah.
All right. So, all right, kids. So next time, yes, we're gonna do more Man Thing.
Yes.
We'll get to the next two Man Things, Giant Size Man Thing 4 and 5. So that'll be all of them, and then also, so we're even here. Yes, we also threw in a Marvel 2-in-1 number one, the Man Thing and the Thing.
Yeah.
Thing and Man Thing. So
also written by Steve Gerber.
Yes. All right. So yes, and then that'll wrap up your October. Yeah, and then November. Guess we'll get to we're gonna do a Marvels episode. I wonder why? Because we'll cover Captain Marvel 7 and 8 from 2012 and Generations, Miss Marvel number 1. So,
and I haven't read that, so that's
been a
another
while
one I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. I'm excited.
So yes, all three of them will be in there. So in that episode. So so send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, and the Patreon. Again, you never know what you're going to get there. A drunk Lilith Hellfire, a sober Lilith Hellfire, maybe something without a Lilith Hellfire. The October episode is up now. Lilith and I ranked all the Scream Queens from the past.
I have to listen to that tomorrow. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. But
I'm
going to listen tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that.
And there's
I wonder. I have suspicions. I know who both of your number ones are, but I'm going to wait until after I've listened to see if I was right.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, and there's discussions of other things too, kids.
Okay. Yes, join me in the Patreon elite. You get all the perks and all the good stuff, all the bonus episodes, all of the worst superhero movie brackets from last year.
That's right. All the old content's up there. So so find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. It's down there in the show notes. All right, Mr. Justin, when you're not busy studying Man Thing, you're here every week on Marvel Tales. You're on We Are the Night, the
Batman Podcast.
Once a month where we talk all things Jean-Paul Valley, twice a month on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast.
Yes.
And of course, he does more podcasting, kids. No, let's not forget Energon Universe once a month.
Oh, yes, we just started. Our first episode will be out by the time that this episode comes out. Yeah.
You, me, and the Mountain Dew monster from Kentucky. Yeah. But yes, he also does more shows. So tell the kids about that.
Yes. Besides those shows, I also co-host with Russell Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is. We talk about the Hulk twice a month. Also twice a month, Predator and Prey, the Yucha podcast. We talk about Fox's Predator twice a month. Gone the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast, where Russell and I talk about DC's Demon, going all the way back to Jack Kirby's series from the 70s. And last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends. When this episode comes out, there might be a brand new episode out of that show, actually, for everyone to check out just in time for Halloween. Scream at!
I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
We're going to talk about that in the next episode, actually.
Oh,
guy with a powerful rod in the next episode.
That's right. There's a cliffhanger for you, kids. Yes, we're going to talk powerful rod next time. Yeah,
that's right. Tune into the next one. Yeah,
and of course more
Giant Size Man Thing.
Yes.
All right.
all the good stuff.
Except it's not March. All right. The enthusiasm in that young lady's voice. Man thing. The kids are PhD in Man Thing. All right, kids, coming back this time for Giant Size Man Thing 4 and 5 and Marvel 2 and 1, number 1. More 70s goodness.
Yes. Classic Man Thing.
70s Man Thing. So you know it's going to be pretty hairy.
This is going to be hairy. There's going to be some fur.
All right. Enough said.